All right, top of the day to you, YouTube land and everybody watching this video. Real quick, I just wanted to talk about agoraphobia today. We're going to be kind of breaking down that diagnosis really quick here. I'm looking at Psych Database today, and I got my handy dandy trusty DSM-5 here listed. So once again, the definition of what we're talking about is the diagnosis of agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder where an individual has intense fears of about at least two different types of situations, with fear being that escape may be difficult or help may be unavailable and panic-like symptoms occur. So the DSM-5 diagnosis criteria. Criteria A, marked fear or intense fear or anxiety about at least two of the following five situations. One of the situations may be, the individual scared to be on public transportations or just transportation, automobiles, buses, trains, ships, planes, that type of thing. Open spaces, parking lots, malls, marketplaces, bridges, different things like that. Enclosed places, rooms, shops, theaters, cinemas. Crowds are standing in line, being outside of home alone. So in criteria A, the individual has to fit at least two out of those five situations. Criteria B, the individual fears or avoids these situations because of thoughts that escape might be difficult or impossible, or help might not be available in the event of developing panic-like symptoms or other incapacitating or embarrassing symptoms like fear of falling or fear of incontinence or soiling if you're an elder. Criteria C, agoraphobic situations almost seem to provoke fear or anxiety. Criteria D, the agoraphobic situations are actively avoided, requires the presence of a companion, or endured with intense fear or anxiety. So that even looks like an individual might just stay home instead of going out to an appointment because they know that they'll get there and may experience a panic attack, and they'll just avoid going. Leaving the house. Criteria E, the fear or anxiety is out of proportion to the actual danger posed by the agoraphobic situations and to the socio-cultural context. So individual may experience extreme panic, palpitations of the heart, thoughts racing, just ready to shut down, feeling nauseous because they're outside in the parking lot, right? So the anxiety is out of proportion to the situation, right? But to that individual, it may be perceived as the, catastrophic, most largest event on the earth at that time. So just make note of that. The fear of anxiety is out of proportion to the actual danger. Criteria F, the fear, anxiety, or avoidance is persistent, typically lasting at least for 6 months. Then that's key. To have a diagnosis of agoraphobia, you have to have had experienced this for at least 6 months. Criteria G, the fear, anxiety, or avoidance causes clinically significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning. So the individual doesn't want to leave the house to go to work. So it's causing clinical significant distress for their occupation or school. They were in school, and then all of a sudden they started having these symptoms, this situation, and they just dropped out of school because they're scared to walk across one class to the other. They might the first quarter, they might have just been right at the parking lot and their building was right there. So they were able to do it. But once the next quarter came and they had a class way across the other side, they had to walk through all these people, go through the cafeteria. That just was too much. An individual will just drop out and quit at that point. Well, that's due to their disorder. So criteria H is if another medical condition, inflammatory bowel disease, Parkinson's disease, is present, the fear, anxiety, or avoidance is clearly excessive. Criteria 1, the symptoms are not confined to a specific phobia or situational type, because then there's specific phobias, diagnoses. That's different from agoraphobia, right? They don't involve only social situations, which would be social anxiety disorder, or the new name is actually social phobia. The fear and anxiety or avoidance doesn't relate exclusively to obsessions like obsessive compulsive disorder. That's a different diagnosis. They don't relate to the defects and flaws of physical appearance, body dysmorphic disorder, right? They don't relate to reminders of traumatic events like post-traumatic stress disorder. They don't relate to fear of separation anxiety disorder. So the anxiety is a part of all of those diagnoses that I just described. But we're talking about agoraphobia, which is, planes, trains, automobiles, scared to be in open spaces, public, standing in line, that type of thing. There is a panic attack specifier. Specify if, the unexpected panic attack, an abrupt surge of intense fear or intense discomfort that reaches a peak within minutes, and during which the time lasts, at least 4 of the following symptoms occur: sweating, trembling, shaking, unsteady dizziness, lightheaded, faint, derealization, feelings of unreality, depersonalization, being detached from oneself, excessive elevated heart rate, nausea or abdominal distress, tingling, numbness, shortness of breath, fear of losing control, fear of dying, choking feelings, chest pain or discomfort, chills or heat sensations. Individuals with agoraphobia frequently believe that escape from such of their feared situations might be difficult, such as I won't be able to get out of here, or that help might not be unavailable. There's nobody to help me. When the panic-like symptoms occur, it becomes incapacitating or embarrassing. Beyond the panic attack symptoms, see above, vomiting, inflammatory, we already talked about those. So there's a screening and rating scales, panic and agoraphobia scales, PAS, PAS, that can be taken as well. So, what kind of works with this? The type of therapy that works with this is talk therapy. CBT works, and quite a other few therapeutic interventions. But that's real quick. I just want to kind of talk about agoraphobia and what that is. Some folks like to, may have heard it before and didn't really know what it meant. So at that point, I just kind of want to make a quick video and talk about that. If this was rewarding to you in any way, if you liked what we talked about, if you have any questions about anything else, please drop a comment below. And if you're so inclined, if you like the video, at least just hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to more videos like this of mine, then please don't hesitate to hit the notification button, subscribe button, and the bell to be notified every time I drop one of these old here videos. Appreciate you. Once again, Big Mike, mental health professional in the state of Washington, currently working in a clinical private practice clinic. Once again, thanks for stopping by. Y'all have a great day.